In today's news, ESHS reopens in grand style and the former premier's role highlighted at ESHS reopening ceremony. The opposition leaders calling on the government to stop using monies from the Airport Development Fund. And 4 people have been rescued in Turks and Caicos waters. Miss LYNETTE Harrigan has been awarded MBE from HM the King in the New Year's Honors List. An iconic news anchor and queen of celebrity interviews, Mrs. Barbara Walters, has died at 93. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Hon, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR.
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4, EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right.
Freeze. Choose your mix. Choose your flavor.
Welcome everybody. It's Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. I'm Ron Grant, coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Wednesday to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. We are happy to be in your hearts and homes. Beginning our newscast, students from the Elmore Stout High School commence full-day classes today, January 4th, after their campus was officially opened for service during an opening ceremony on Tuesday. More on this report.
The time has come. A fitting theme adorned to the ceremonial opening of the Elmore Stout High School as it emerged completed from a redevelopment project. The school year for ESHS opened in grand style on January 3rd with a well-attended ceremony at the campus. A brief look at the program would reveal that not only were some of the BVI's highest-ranking officials and most competent authorities represented that day, but that all those made to speak had at some point populated the Elmore Stout High School, or the BVI High School as it was once known. Opening remarks were delivered by Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, who noted the occasion as another proud milestone in the territory's journey of recovery.
Today we celebrate another proud milestone in our journey of recovery from Hurricanes Irma and Maria, and in the continued development of our Virgin Islands. But most importantly, we celebrate the fact that our secondary school students, teachers, administrators, and principals on Tortola are returning to their rightful home and a facility that is fit for purpose and conducive to teaching and learning. A facility that they deserve to have. The completion of these buildings for the Elmore Stout High School campus is a monumental achievement for our people. It is yet another testament to what we can achieve by working together, having a positive attitude, and maintaining confidence in the capabilities of our people.
The Premier, who graduated in 1996, also thanks the current-day students of ESHS, many of whom are yet to know the reality of full-day school on a functional campus, for their patience.
I want to thank the students, teachers, and parents for their patience. We know it has not been easy in the temporary accommodations. And yes, the temporary arrangements had our students in a disadvantageous position, especially where they were not able to have full-time classes.
Minister for Education, Youth Affairs and Sports, Honorable Sherry De Castro, was particularly excited for the return to full school days and what this will mean for students.
This institution, the Elmore Stout High School, is the largest secondary school in the territory that facilitates teaching and learning for about 150 educators and just over 1,400 students. Our educators and students have been desperately awaiting the rebuild and reconstruction of this facility. Facilities make a difference. The overall building conditions of schools, including thermal comfort, indoor air quality, lighting, noise, and internal design elements, impact student outcomes and achievements. Naturally, as buildings age, the individual building elements vary in life expectancy and levels of maintenance. Added to that, the impact of the floods and hurricanes of 2017 on the school infrastructure across this territory, especially here at the Elmore Stout High School, was unimaginable. Let me elaborate some more. For some students, their entire high school journey has been impacted by dislocation, isolation, lockdowns, virtual learning, and shift and hybrid schedules. You heard it from Miss Skelton. She's in 12th grade. And just imagine her experience at Elmore Stout High School. Let me hammer it home. The time has come. After 5 school years and 1 term, tomorrow, the full complement of staff and students of the Elmore Stout High School will teach and learn on the same campus for full-day school for the first time since the storms of 2017.
Representing the student body was Student Government President for the class of 2023, Disha Skelton, who addressed the crowd, proudly adorned in her uniform, as she reflected on how the student experience had deteriorated due to the impact of the 2017 hurricane season on their campus.
We made the best of the situation imposed on us and persevered over the years. Now, after 5 school years and 1 term, we finally have the opportunity to experience a full day's worth of school where we have the time and space to access a more complete high school experience. I know that many of us are worried about the challenge of being able to transition back to full day successfully, but we must do our best to cherish these high school memories, because here is where you make memories that last a lifetime.
After leaving the halls of the BVI High School in 1972, Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Recovery and Development Agency, Ronnie Skelton, said it was a proud moment for him to be able to accomplish such a project as part of the RDA.
I was a member of the first graduating class, as you know it today, with cap and gown. 1972 was the first class where we were cap and gown. Before that, you just, as the leader of opposition will say, you were given a prize, given ceremony, you were given a book and you go home. But those days have long gone. And whether it's good or bad, it's helping in the development of the country. So I am proud. You know, I have built many things in this country, from power stations to hospitals to clinics to homes to commercial buildings, but this one gave me the most pride. And I am so happy to be a part of the RDA team that was involved in this phase of the construction.
Principal Vanessa Garraway delivered heartfelt thanks to all those involved in bringing the project to fruition.
On behalf of the team, we are so grateful to be back home, to be on one campus, and to have full-day school. It is so necessary for full-day school. Our students are suffering, our teachers are suffering, and we just want to say thank you to whoever had anything to do with making today and the days going forward possible. Grateful, thank you, thank you.
While students return to the campus this week, works continue to deliver on some final touches on the campus. And in the near future, as hinted by the Premier, plans begin for works on the school's cafeteria. For 284 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
Quite an illustrious occasion, and carrying on from that, former Premier Andrew Foy, though still out of the territory dealing with his very own legal matters, was given due credit for his role in the Elmore Stout High School redevelopment project by officials on Tuesday. More on this report.
As authorities gathered for the opening of the newly redeveloped Elmore Stout High School, there seemed to be a consensus among officials that the ceremony could not proceed without giving due credit to former Premier and Minister for Finance Andrew Foy. First word on Foy's imperative role in the project was from Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, as he recalled his experience approaching the then Premier on the initiative, while he himself served as Minister for Education.
I then called upon the then Minister of Finance, seeking his support. And I must say that I also thank our Creator that we had a Minister of Finance and a former Minister of Education who was so supportive. I speak none other than Mr. Andrew Foy. And just in case you are wondering whether his name would be spoken this morning, there's no way that I would allow his role and contribution to not be acknowledged this morning.
Education Minister Sherry De Castro was also vocal in recognizing Foy's contribution to the project.
As the Premier did, I have to take this opportunity to recognize the former Premier, Andrew Foy, for his dedication to this project. I also salute the current Premier and former Minister of Education for taking this mantle forward and allowing me the opportunity, to be able to carry the baton as you stated. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Foy's impact on ESHS alumni was noted to far precede this project by the event's chairpersons as they reflected on the school's past.
In the class of 1971, not only did they get no cap, no gown, they didn't even get a certificate that actually said that they graduated. This is a true story. It was 40 years after that graduation, the then Minister of Education and Culture, Honorable Andrew Foy, righted that wrong and issued all of those students their certificates. Yes. And could you believe Dr. Hesketh Vanterpool, Robert Matavius, they came out of that class and with not even a paper to say I had graduated, went on to do great things.
Foy, who led the charge in commencing this project, was quoted at the initial commencement ceremony with his beginning remarks as, "Let me begin by reiterating that the children of the Virgin Islands are the future of the Virgin Islands, and they deserve the best learning environment possible. Our teachers are the vanguards of our future, and they deserve the best working environment possible." End quote. For 284 News, I am Jacka Wooding.
And in the final analysis, we are all happy to see our students of the Elmore Stout High School, both secondary and tertiary, regarding the senior and junior high school, return to a full day system. Viewers, up next, we have more local news right after a quick commercial break.
That's out. That's 6. That's out.
With worldwide medical coverage and affordable premiums, we're like a home match that isn't played at your actual home. CG Insurance. Good like that.
My turn. Oh, come on, guys.
There are many ways to enjoy life. Like so many ways to count on Popular.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, son.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man forget you.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Viewers, welcome back and thank you so much for sticking with us. Opposition Leader, the Honorable Julian Fraser RA, is calling on the government of the Virgin Islands to stop the practice of using the Airport Developmental Fund for operational purposes at the BVI Airports Authority. Fraser made the plea during a recent sitting of the House of Assembly after revealing that the practice is one that has been occurring for years. He said the funds, which comes from the airport development tax, should be used for strictly development purposes as stipulated by the law.
Very first time, several years ago, I asked a question about the development fund at the airport. People who travel through the Virgin, the Terence B. Lettsome International Airport would remember, well, at first, it used to be that you had to take the money out and pay the $20 for development, the development fund tax. Then the BVI Airport Authority got creative, and the fund went through your ticket. When you buy the ticket, it's a straight payment. I think it went to IATA, and they get refund from IATA. That money, Mr. Speaker, was supposed to be, and is, again, according to the law, it is supposed to be to develop the airport. Anything that needs to be done in the form of development, that's what that fund is to be used for. And just like another fund, which I will get to, they saw fit to use the development fund for operational purposes. In other words, to pay salaries and buy paper clips and toilet paper and all the toilet tissue and all that stuff.
Fraser said he previously raised the question at the Standing Finance Committee years prior, where the disclosure was made, and was shocked to hear of a similar response during the most recent Standing Finance Committee. He called on the government to ensure that the law is followed when utilizing such funds, adding that the decision to use the funds for other purposes should not be left to a public officer.
Several years ago, I asked that question. That's the answer I got. This Standing Finance, I asked the question again, and this is the same answer I got. They need to stop it. It needs to stop. Just like how I have, Mr. Speaker, an issue with the Social Security money that people pay into Social Security being used for gifts. Buy an ambulance, buy this, buy that. The Social Security Board just gave the money for people to do this. I have an issue with that. And I got an issue with this. The money, when we pass a bill in this house, and it becomes law and it says it's for a specific purpose, we expect for it to be used for that purpose. No public officer should have the right to decide. And the financial secretary should not call them up and tell them, you want money? Take it from this, take it from there. I would hope that that's not the case. But no one should be able to do that, touch that fund.
In addition, the opposition leader says in cases where the fund is to be used for other purposes, the matter should be brought to the House of Assembly for elected members to decide. And continuing on local news, actually regional news that is, 4 persons were rescued in the waters of the Turks and Caicos Islands after the private plane they were traveling on crashed just short of their intended destination, while some reports said that the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force claimed the rescue was the result of an intense operation which combined the expertise of police, emergency personnel, and the U.S. Coast Guard. Reports from local media outlets also claim that the travelers were rescued by a local fisherman. Speaking on the rescue was acting assistant Superintendent of Police Michael Francos gave some really indecent and detailed reports when he said that the special thanks were to fisherman Kalisan Tablot for doing an exceptional job in the rescue. Now, viewers, after the rescue, the 4 were transported to the Isles of Grand Turk to receive medical attention. Their plane crashed just about 17 miles southwest of its destination at about 11:40 a.m. on Tuesday. They were said to be traveling from St. Kitts and Nevis to Grand Turk. Viewers, up next, we have more news when we return after a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Good job there, brother. All right. I'm surprised you're here.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Charles, it's been 60 years.
I wish it was 60 more.
Let it go.
No. You know what you did.
It was just ice cream. But you know what? It was delicious.
What? We're like a family get-together without all the family drama.
What you gonna do?
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this thing like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home. Keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Thanks for sticking with us, everyone. And continuing on local news, Miss Lynette Harrigan has been awarded an MBE from His Majesty the King for her contributions to international travel during the COVID-19 pandemic and to the community in the British Virgin Islands. Lynette has dedicated the last 24 years to supporting and building the BVI's tourism industry. As a member of staff at the BVI Tourist Board, she has traveled globally to promote BVI tourism at numerous events and exhibitions to benefit the local industry and economy. She has looked to diversify the industry and to encourage, of course, tourism all year round beyond the peak months. This has included establishing more niche markets such as romance tourism and incentive market, which focuses on companies that offer reward schemes to their workers, including access to exclusive resorts. She's also provided exceptional service to hundreds of tourists and industry partners, even during the recent challenges. Now, during Irma, she offered a lifeline to international partners, providing crucial updates, and in COVID, she assisted tourists and locals in navigating the changing and at times very complex quarantine protocols and procedures. She became the go-to person, working exceptionally long hours to offer around-the-clock assistance to resolve COVID-19 related travel issues. Beyond her work for the Tourist Board, Lynette also serves the wider community through her volunteer work. An example of this was following Hurricane Irma and Maria, when she facilitated the safe arrival of the aid containers, which included essential baby products, medications, and clothes. Lynette is also a long-standing member of and past president, I may add, of the Rotary Club of Tortola, and has organized numerous fundraisers for local schools, charities, and vulnerable persons. Now, in this exceptional honor, His Excellency Governor John Ranking, CMG, said, and I quote, "Lynette is a great representative for the British Virgin Islands over the last 2 decades. She has repeatedly gone above and beyond in her work for the BVI Tourist Board. She strove tirelessly throughout the pandemic to support travel, which was appreciated by both the industry and tourists. This award rightfully recognizes her outstanding achievements for tourism in the British Virgin Islands, particularly through COVID, as well as her contribution to the wider community." Now, in an official comment, Ms. Harrigan said, and I quote, "I am grateful that His Majesty has bestowed the honor of MBE on me, and I shall continue to serve my community with pride and humility. Now, though each day represents new challenges," she said, "I am driven to succeed, and I am truly appreciative of this recognition. His Majesty the King's honors are awarded to individuals in recognition of their outstanding achievements. Members of the most excellent order of the British Empire are honored based on achievements of service or which is outstanding in its field, has delivered sustained and real impact, and which stands on an example to others. Of course, panning across to international news, the renowned news anchor, celebrity interviewer herself, Mrs. Barbara Walters, has passed away. Now, pioneering TV news journalist Barbara Walters, she passed away at age 93. Her death was announced on the evening of December 30th, 2022. Ms. Walters made headlines, viewers, as you know, in 1976 as the first female network news anchor. During more than 3 decades at ABC, and before that at NBC, she became known for securing exclusive interviews with the most famous and powerful individuals from across the world. Ms. Walters was the first female co-host of Today, the hugely successful U.S. Daily News, as well as the magazine show, the first evening news anchorwoman in broadcast history, and a co-creator and co-host of the topical chat show, The View, which is actually made up of an all-female cast. Now, in broadcast career spanning about 5 decades, Ms. Walters interviewed an array of world leaders, including Cuba's Fidel Castro, Britain's Margaret Thatcher, Libanian ruler Muammar Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein of Iraq, and even U.S. President and First Lady Richard and Pat Nixon, as well as a number of other presidents and first ladies. Ms. Walters interviewed Monica Lewinsky, of course, we would all remember, in 1999 about her relationship with U.S. President Bill Clinton, with the discussion becoming the most watched episode of Primetime Show 2020. She is survived by her only daughter, who happens to be adopted, Miss Jacqueline Danford. Since her passing, tributes had poured out all across the world from persons really contributing to her amazing contribution in journalism and news. Viewers, that is it for our news roundup today. I want to thank you so much for tuning in and, of course, sticking with us. We are so happy. And for those of you who may not have caught up with our 2022 year in review, chronicling both crime, politics, the Commission of Inquiry, and of course a number of other major happenings, we're encouraging you to subscribe to our CCT Live page, and of course follow us on 284media.com, as well as liking us on Facebook at 284media, and of course 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. I will see you tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of honest and impartial news right here on 284 News. Have a beautiful rest of the day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Introducing a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons. I'm taking you outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's the best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Virgin Gorda to Jos Van Dyke, not forgetting Anigada. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing. We are the movers and shakers of this generation. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman. Season 4 by yours truly, Ron Grant. Raising a generation of greatness. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on 284 Media.
There are many ways to enjoy life. Like so many ways to count on popular.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.